You know what's happening, Tony. It's on right now, and it's exciting. It's thrill a minute. And I don't know if I can even get through this segment, but I could talk about this game from the Mountain West tonight while watching this thriller. Even though there's no score, another first half under in the World Cup. Those are pretty hot right now.
Yep, and CONCACAF just one goal. It's one goal in the entire World Cup. It's been pretty bad, if you ask me. But hey, it's some good finishes here with Cincinnati, Tulane. Boise, Utah State here coming close here. Waking up from the dead. It looked like my free pick was going to be a loser, but Utah State plus the points looking good right now as they're still in the fourth period with 6 minutes left. So a lot of good action here here down the stretch. So we got that soccer game as well as those two college football games in progress. Looks like Cincinnati is going to take the lead right now as they run in a touchdown. Wow. Anyway, let's get underway here with this Mountain West game. Fox Sports 1 tonight, 10 Eastern time. We got Fresno State taking on Wyoming. Fresno State's going to be favored here in this one by 15.
Well, hey, let's not, Tony. I'd rather have the play-by-play. I've got the Bearcats as a premium, so I'm happy with that. And I've already taken the Baylor Texas game over from the morning slate, and I also have EMU scoring right now, or I should say winning. I don't mean scoring, but you know what I mean. Is there a score for us here? Central Michigan trying to get a little uh, late action here. But Tony, let's go ahead and go out to the Mountain West tonight and take a look at these two teams, Wyoming and Fresno. Fresno red hot. Wyoming was pretty hot. They've cooled down rapidly, but we'll see what happens tonight. You have Tony, a Fresno team with that big winning streak, all on the shoulders of Jake Hayner, right? I mean, he's not getting enough attention because he hasn't played all season, but he's one of the best players in the country right now, no doubt about it. Even though he's with Fresno, his talent transcends the Mountain West. I do think he's going to light it up tonight, probably against Wyoming. Fresno, since the last 5 games right now, 41 points a game. Hayner just on fire, 16 touchdowns over this streak, averaging 321 yards per game. Fresno back in the title game in the Mountain West, so they beat up on Nevada 41-14 last week with over 500 yards of total offense. So with Wyoming, you get something completely different, Tony. They're going to run the ball and run the ball even more tonight. With Peasley probably out of this game, they're going to have to go with Clemens, a redshirt sophomore, who's kind of a walk-on quarterback, if you will. So Wyoming needs to go back to their running game. They're not terrible; they're bowl eligible. One of those teams that you talk about, though, Tony, that is still on the bubble as far as getting a bowl bid. So they'll have some motivation tonight, maybe even more than Fresno, even though both teams are 7-4. Wyoming really, when I was talking about Bowling Green, I really do think that they are a team that will be in with their marginal bowl eligibility. But at Wyoming, they might need to pull something off here, really, because they're kind of in a battle with similar teams of ilk. That maybe if they start dwindling down to coming through which conference gets the bids, Wyoming could be on the outside looking in. So they're going to need a big effort tonight. And I think they will be able to contribute to the over that I'm going with here, over 50.5 in this game, because I think Fresno will be in a position where they will continue. They're riding this offense, and they want to improve their standing a little bit, but I think that they could put on the brakes a little bit with their situation locked up in that Mountain West title game. Certainly coming up, while Wyoming, they will maybe need to get some or even try to fight within on the back end. So even 35-21 is an over that may flirt too much with the total for me to get involved with Fresno State. It does look like Fresno State should have a pretty easy time with it here tonight, but do they have the motivation to carry that blowout all the way through when Wyoming should still be hard trying? They had won 4 straight, Tony, before that loss to Boise 20-17 that ended their winning streak. So, Clemens doesn't look like he has much right now. Granted, he's had a little bit more time to work. If he is indeed the starter tonight, doesn't look great for Peasley, and Clemens really is going to have to learn on the job a little bit. I mean, he was really just, I think, 3 of 15 or 3 of 16 in some duty when he came in quarterback in that game. So it will be a little bit tougher for Wyoming. Yeah, they'll make the clock run, but right now Fresno is just clicking too much with Hayner. He's one of the best stories right now going. If you like to see some exciting offense with this Fresno team. I know we've kind of, I don't know, maybe it's starting to get beat into the ground a little bit with how well he's done, but right now there just seems like no stopping him. So I feel a little bit cautious about that spread, so I'm going to end up going over the 50.5. I think Wyoming might be able to squeeze out a third touchdown here. Like I said, they do need another win really to ensure their certainty for a bowl. They might be sitting on that bubble right now, considering their position. So I've got it going over tonight, Tony, in this Mountain West nightcap on Black Friday.
Yeah, and I have on Black Friday, Ramon here on Wyoming and Fresno State going over the total here of 50.5 points. And yeah, you know, I understand here with the concern there about the points, but looking at how Nevada was able to run on this Bulldogs team last week, giving up nearly 5 yards a carry to that Wolfpack. They ran the football for 243 yards on 38 carries. Of course, they were clear, free and clear here. Were these Fresno State Bulldogs in that victory? So that's what, and of course that's what Wyoming's got to do. They've had, even with Peasley in there, he's been more of the running style quarterback. I'm thinking back to Chambers, right? Wasn't he the original starting quarterback for Wyoming? They've had so many issues with quarterback the last 4 years with getting players hurt. There's been pretty much a patchwork over the past several years with this Wyoming team.
Yeah, and that's the way I'm looking for it to kind of occur tonight too. I mean, Fresno will be in a situation where I think that they can uh, put on the brakes a little bit. You know, you don't want to get anybody injured and all that, and you're looking for spots to play some guys too, that type of thing. You saw that same scenario, and Wyoming's going to keep churning it out certainly. And yeah, if they can get some chunk yardage like that, that certainly is going to help. I mean, there's no doubt Wyoming, they're getting, they don't look very good on paper right now just because things turned kind of last week, but they were doing just fine in that little winning streak that really kind of came in conference and kind of kept them alive over the last couple of games. A small, slim chance that kind of came to a screeching halt. So that's kind of the concern there. So I see Fresno just, backing up a little bit, backing off a little bit towards the end, and even so, I still think they'll take their chances. I don't think you'll see Hayner sitting. I think they're excited to keep him in there and keep the good mojo going with this team. He's one of the brightest stories right now going because of the incredible numbers that he's really putting up. Right now, since he's come back in this streak, so I don't think they'll look to pull him necessarily, especially if it's easy going for them offensively or comfortable for them offensively in this one.
Yeah, they have the whole time frame to themselves. No other game at that time frame here. And I believe Wyoming at 7 wins, I think they'll get in. It's the 6-win teams that got to be careful. Again, it's weird the way it works in college football. If a 6-win team will never go ahead of a 7-win team, even if some of these big conferences have tie-ins, the NCAA will not allow a 6-win team in over a 7-win team. So the 7-win team is pretty comfortably in. It's the 6-win teams that they got to keep an eye on there, especially from these lower conference. Wyoming, Fresno State over the total of 50.5. This one will have a start time here of 10 Eastern time over on Fox 1. All right, Ramon, let's take a look over at Tony's picks right now here for today's action. Still a lot on the board here. Lots of college football here beginning here at the bottom here at 3:30 Eastern time, as well as 4 and 4:30 Eastern time. So a lot of middle games here. NBA is about to launch in 2 hours here with their 14-game card. Lots from the NHL. I think they're already underway there in the NHL, if I'm not mistaken. There's so much going on right now. College basketball as well. Really good primetime card tonight. Pacific Northwest with some really good tournaments there. The Phil night with some games up there, up in the Pacific Northwest, NBA arenas. What do you have going on over at Tony's Picks?
I have a solo game in the NBA going off that early game. Pick it up as my $15 or pick it up as my best bet in the NBA tonight. That one goes off in a little less than 2 hours. You can pick that one up at Tony'sPicks.com. I also have a 3-pack going off bottom of the hour, Tony, that gives you 3 plays in 3 different sports. You can pick that one up at Tony'sPicks.com and Black Friday multi-sport 3-pack right there on top. You see it there. So you can pick up a 3-pack of winners. I heated up yesterday, brought forth 8, 3, and 1 over the last 24 hours or so, pulling through some winners here. Like I said, I swept the NFL card yesterday. I'm gonna get these first 3 winners home, maybe in college football. I like what the Bearcats just did. I like what EMU's doing. We already scored that winner in Texas to go over. A lot of people were thinking that might be an under situation. They get the over pretty easily there with 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. So pick on a couple packages with me. I'm not done. You're right, Tony. This action is fast and furious, and I'm really trying to track all the moves right now, watching the screen a lot. I'm going to be coming in with some late action, maybe some late steam as well here on Tony's picks. The winning is happening right now, and if you've seen the way that I can light up the tote board, I'm going to be picking my spots carefully tonight, coming in late, hot and heavy with some action to keep the winning going through Black Friday tonight. It's a great night for sports. We're already totally into it, obviously. This soccer game is just incredible right now. And yeah, we got some interesting football games still to come. Just getting rolling within the next hour or two. Another small group of games, a typical now Friday schedule. It used to be just a couple, but now we got like a dozen or so. So that's great. I don't mind that. And I'll have action all weekend as well over at Tony'sPicks.com. Going to have not only this weekend, Tony, more college football, but we'll also be tracking the college basketball and the college football and NHL action. But big cards tonight, NBA and NHL, and I've got a few more plays that I'm going to be coming in with.
That's right, guys. You got to roll with Ramon Scott over at Tony'sPicks.com. As you can see, the winning has been fantastic here for 20 at 22. NHL over 3,000 units of profit. NBA 1686. College football 1154. NFL now up to 836 after yesterday's fantastic day. Did great in the summer in the NBA. MMA was hot as well. So CFL closed out with a winning mark in the CFL as well, guys. So get on board with Ramon Scott. You see the winning here. It's been fantastic. Ramon is in action right now with the Black Friday 3-pack from a multi-sport here. Get on board right now. Profit guarantee. Affordable price here at $45. And these games, this package must turn a profit, or the amount you purchase is credit back in your account. That is profit guarantee. Ramon also in here with an NBA Friday night game. So get on board there with Friday night NBA from Ramon, a best bet as well. But again, here we are on a Friday. I would suggest here, this is a great time to get that 3-day all sports pass. Get all of Ramon's premium plays here for 30 days. You'll be covered here for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Lots of college football still to come for today and tomorrow. We got the NFL here for you here on a Sunday with that good card. A lot of college basketball tournaments. The hockey has hockey as well. We got 3 days hockey. You know, they always have those big schedules on Saturday, so you get the Friday, Saturday, Sunday with that hockey, as well as if Ramon's in action with the World Cup. We got some big games coming up tomorrow. That Argentina-Mexico game, that's a big one in prime time around this hour tomorrow. That's huge. So guys, get on board with that 3-day pass with Ramon. You could use that promo code TonyT at checkout, and you'll be able to save at 20% off. You can access Ramon's page by clicking the link you see in the description, click on the All Cappers tab, and get signed up. And then when you do that, you'll land right on Ramon's page. And of course, you could just scroll right on the top of the page right here is where he has his 1-day passes for today, that Black Friday multi-sport 3-pack, his best bet NBA, as well as his 3-day all sports pass from Ramon, which is great to do here when you're looking here at on a Friday. Is to get that 3-day pass. It's a pretty good value right now because you got all the weekend coverage. I will mention too, when you get that 3-day all sports pass, that also includes all of Ramon's late steam plays. What are late steam? Those are plays that the cappers put in between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time, and we want the plays in by 11 a.m. Eastern time for all the members, right? But then again, if they're going to be they can now put plays in after post time, only as long as they put them in between 10 minutes and 2 hours, and this is why. Because those plays will be emailed directly to the customer for their long-term passes. So that's the late steam plays. So anytime they post the plays between 10 minutes and 2 hours, we don't send every play out. That's too much email for you guys. We just the late steam will be emailed to you. So Ramon sees a play he likes, or again, there's just so much volume of games. It's just we may just start looking at some handicapping some of these games right now. We see something we like up there, boom. Especially with these 60+ games on the board in college basketball. You may be handicapping the back half of the card, and a great time to get those late steams out. So we'll get those late steams out to you. Part of that 3-day all sports pass, all the packages in yellow include the late steam, not the ones in orange. The ones in yellow include the late steam plays. That's why, and they're not profit guaranteed because it's sold at a discount price. So get on board with that right now with Ramon. That 3-day pass is a really good value, and use that promo code TonyT at checkout. That'll knock $20 off that price. Very, very good price right there for Ramon's 3-day pass. You see how he's rolling, man. He saw the numbers. They've been on fire. So get signed up. All right, Ramon, we also put together a Twitter account for you over at Tony's Picks Ramon. And also, Your morning steam returns on Saturday.
Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow with more morning steam and get that account rolling because we're having some really good success, especially in college basketball and also in the NFL. Mindy and I are putting our handicapping minds together along with our group, including right there. You see Latifa, she's always coming with the heat in the NHL, and our group chat that always has picks and information for us, helping us kind of wade through the big cards, and that's what we do with the morning steam. Hey, over on Tony's Picks, Ramon, I got a play for you tonight in college football. It's going to be in one of the, well, we already said the late game, right? How about the one right before it? You can get that pick over at Tony's Picks Ramon on Twitter. Make sure you log on, follow all the handicappers over on Tony's Picks on their accounts. We give you more plays each day. And yeah, Mindy and I will be back. We're letting her watch her big game. You know, everyone's got a big game, right, Tony? And, well, Nebraska and Iowa, that's pretty much Mindy's game of the year right there. Is I'm not going to, I hope she's watching because, you know, she's going to be in for some craziness. And, well, I don't know. You know, the way these Big Ten games go, and they're not like the rest of the games, but certainly it's an exciting game for those fans. And yeah, just a nice Friday card, Black Friday. This is what it's all about, getting the games rolling. And before you know it, we'll be getting those bowl bids together, Tony, and we'll be bidding another college football season goodbye for the regular season. But we got all these bowl games still to come, all those tournaments. You're playing that basketball tournament where it, you know, that you love, that it looks like more like a high school dance than it does a basketball arena where they play that Atlantis tournament. But you love that, and all these tournament games that are coming right now, you know, be keeping us busy as well. But you know, one more really big overlap here of football and basketball from the colleges. Thrill a minute. And really been, you know, really should be able to take advantage of pick your spots with these big cards. But yeah, I mean, I'm up into it. I've got papers, charts, rotations surrounding me right now. Really, the way, you know, I handicap these cards. I mean, I have my numbers going in, have my notes going in, and I'm just watching the screen. And then when I see some movement, I like to go right into it, investigate quickly what the situation is, why there is movement in the line, why is the market moving, who's moving it, is it the gamblers, is it the bookmakers, is it injury, is it steam, and all that. That's the way I play these markets. You know that, my followers know that, and the rest is history. That's why we take it down like we do at Tony'sPicks.com. And should be, you know, great weekend. Appreciate you also, Tony, taking time out to have me today on a day when, you know, a little bit slow in the video world, but you know, you're here, and that's a good thing because that means that we're consistent and we're getting these plays out to our viewers. Thank you so much.
You got it there, guys. Check out Ramon there at Tony's Picks Ramon. Of course, that's the Twitter account. And of course, check out that morning steam as they're live on Saturday at 9 a.m. Eastern time. A lot of college football coverage there. And of course, NBA, NHL, dip into NFL. There's a lot going on there on the morning steam. Tune in there. Make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications. So when Mindy and Ramon are on, you're live there with them. They get those plays in real time. All right, Ramon, as always, great having you on the show. Keep up the great work, and we'll talk with you again on a Monday.
All right. You're the man, Tony. Thanks a lot.
Appreciate it. Ramon here on Game Day Picks. Guys, join us here on Game Day Picks Monday through Friday here at 3